What up, guys? I'm back again with another Logic Pro tutorial, and today I'm gonna be teaching you how to basically mix a song, kind of like Travis Scott. I've already showed you how to mix a song in the past, but some of my things have changed recently, and so I'm gonna be showing you what I do now on my mixes. It's gonna sound a lot better. So I'm gonna play you a little bit of how it sounds.
All I know, all I know, all I know, all I know. This is all I know. This is all I know.
So that's just a sample, and so I'm gonna turn off all my effects right now, and I'll go through it. So basically, um, this uses mostly the Waves plugins. Basically, what I first start off with is an NS1 plugin. It comes from the Waves plugins, and this basically takes out all the background noise in case you have any hissing or humming in the background. I'll show you the difference. So listen. Oh wait, let me mute the track. So this is with, and then this is without, and then I'll show with. That's without, and this is with. Takes out a lot of background noise. Highly recommend this. If you don't have the Waves plugins, then you can just use the regular noise gate, and standard with Logic Pro works just fine. Secondly, I add in my pitch correction auto tune. Just if you don't know how to use this, you just click this down menu, major scale, and then you pick the root note, which is a D sharp in this case, and I put the response all the way down. And then secondly, I add in my channel EQ. So what you want to do with this is basically you right off the bat, you take out your low end, you put your analyzer on, and you kind of just go from there. So you always want to take out the bottom end around 100, 200 in between. And then what I do here is I find the frequencies that sound bad. For example, we'll play a part and I'll boost this all the way up until you hear a bad sound.
All I know, all I know, all I know, all I know, all I know.
So you kind of hear that nasally sound, and then you just drop it down about 3 hertz around there, and then I do that for in between 2 to 500, in between 500 to 1K. Those three are the kind of hot areas for those bad sounds, those nasally sounds, which you don't want. So you take those out, and then after that, I add in my compressor, which is a CLA2A. Great compressor. I've already talked about it before. You only have to really worry about 2 knobs, and I just turn the analog sound off. So you kind of know how that works. That just basically compresses your vocals, brings up the lower sounds and kind of limits the higher sounds. So after you add in a compressor, it sometimes brings out the frequencies you don't want. So add in another channel EQ and just bring down, basically copy the first one in case any more of those bad sounds get through that you don't want. And then what I add in is a Q10 EQ from Waves, and basically this is a 10 band EQ, and I just use this to kind of bump up the higher frequencies. You don't really need to use this at all. I just like it because you can fuck with it a lot. There's a lot of little settings you can choose from. You could just use a regular EQ if you want. And basically what I do is around what is it, around 10K 15K, around not 10K, around like 12K, you bump that up a little bit so it gives that crisp sound, and then you take out the lower end here, and I kind of give it a drop down right here because that's some of the mids that you don't want, and then just kind of copy this. It'll sound good, trust me. And you don't have to do that. It's not mandatory because in the mastering stage, usually I bump up the higher frequencies anyways. And then what I add is a de-esser. This is the Waves plugin. This is the Waves version of the de-esser. I love it. I like it a lot more than the regular version. And what you do is you just play it, and
I know, all I know.
basically you just drop the threshold until you see the red, and make sure the red isn't like all the way down here. Make sure it's just in between 0 and like -6, so you can kind of mess with it. And then I add in an echo, not much echo, because I send it to a bus for the delay. Fucking loop. So I add in an echo right here, and quarter note 40, just copy that. it sound good, not too much. And then I send it to my buses for reverb and my stereo delay. That's my stereo delay settings. In Space Designer, I put it up to around 10. And this sends negative 17.6 and negative 11. And I'll play it for you guys, and you can hear how it sounds.
All I know, 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 all I know. This is all I know, this is all I know. Took the bitch back to the 714. All I know, it's all I know.